This video is brought to you by TS4U IT Engineering Bootcamp.
I think you have been talking about the ISC quite a bit. I think you are familiar with the, since you are writing the code, ISC code, and managing the cluster, provisioning the infra. So quite a bit the engaged and experienced with the GitOps or the GitHub or the GitLab. So I would like to actually move over to the GitHub, your experience, your expertise there. So what is your storage structure in the GitLab? Like all I wanted to say, like your branching strategy, do you follow in your current setup? And I believe that as a DevOps team, you guys are managing the entire the strategy for the entire development team. So please share your experience so that it can helpful for me.
Yeah. Okay. Sure. So in our team, so all the applications are stored in GitLab. Okay. So we only use GitLab because it actually allows us to have this GitLab pipeline flow, which is very easy to use, and it is very easy to integrate with our Kubernetes cluster as well. So we basically went with GitLab from the very beginning. So in the GitLab, we basically have a Git strategy, like as known as the Git flow. Okay, so Git flow actually has different set of parameters set for specific needs. For example, we have the develop branch as our main branch, and every time a new feature is coming, we always push it to the develop first, and then from the develop we basically have release branch, we have the hotfix branch, we have the release tags branch, or like a specific version release branch. So we basically follow the Git flow to like ensure the integrity of our Git repo. So for example, if one of our developers needs to do a hotfix, they actually needs to create a branch as the name hotfix, and then with the slash they actually needs to specify the JIRA ticket number. So we use the JIRA a lot for tracking all of our bugs. Okay, so every time the tester actually finds a bug, they creates a JIRA ticket. Okay, so those JIRA ticket will always have their own set of numbers, right? So the developers actually need to create a branch called like bug fix or like a hotfix slash the name of that ticket or the number of that ticket, so that every time I look into the Git branch, I know that this branch is for fixing that issue, because I can just like quickly look it up on the Jira to like this is what it fixes. So we basically have these for the hotfix, and then we have a feature branching strategy as well. So whenever we got a new feature, that is also stored on the Jira as well, and that also has the number of the ticket. So whenever somebody will actually work on a specific feature, they will need to create a new branch called feature, and then slash the number of the ticket, and then with a dash they need to specify what it's for, like in 2 or 3 words. Okay, so for the features we used this kind of strategy, and then we are just merging all the hot fixes and features into the develop branch. Okay, so everything always falls into the develop branch, and then when our product manager says, okay, in this stage we need to do a release of our application. Okay, so what do, we just tag our develop branch to a specific commit as a version number. So we always follow the semantic versioning, which has the major version as the minor version and the patch version. So whenever we got a hotfix, we actually increase the version number for the patch. Okay, so 2.2.3, and then for the next patch version we just have 2.2.4, this kind of stuff. Okay, and then if we have a like minor release, like our PM decides all of these, and then he says, okay, you need to tag this specific commit as, let's say, 2.5.6. Okay, so we just like create a new release branch, and then we create a new release tag based on that specific release branch. So develop always has the updated codes, and from that point we basically take, okay, in up until this specific commit in the develop branch, we actually create a release branch and then tag it as a semantic, like valid semantic versioning number. And then, yeah, we just like maintain our releases in this way.
So when you set the release, are you talking about from the dev to the test, staging, and production? Or you?
No, it's the release versioning. Okay, this is how we maintain the version. This is how we release the software versions. Okay, after we release, then it goes through the pipeline and then it deploys, like the develop branch always deploys on the dev branch. So that's a straight up deployment. But whenever we create a release branch, it actually deploys onto the staging. Okay, and then from the staging we can actually move it to the production. So that's another way of deploying. We don't deploy directly on the staging branches from the develop.
Thank you.